And she was always just.
That seems so about funny. Right. Yeah.
That seems about right.
When you watch the stream back, if you click through it, just watch Jen through the whole thing. She's just intently reading chat or laughing at chat. That's what it is.
That's so funny.
Click through it, and you're like this. You're like this. You're like this. Or like this.
So,
hi, everyone.
So who here remembers what I was supposed to call the stream today? Does anybody?
Supposed to be called?
What was the stream supposed to be called today? I said that's our stream title tomorrow. Yes,
it's funny.
Sorry. Oh
because
my gosh, I didn't hear any of what you just said.
I distinctly remember you saying that.
I know. I remember.
I cannot
too.
for the life of me remember what it was supposed to be.
I cannot remember something in bad jokes.
I thought it happened before the stream.
No, it was during stream for sure. Something in bad jokes.
I had a really amazing experience, by the way, on my lunch today that I'd like to share with the class because it's
bad experience.
Is this gonna bring us all down?
No, it's funny. This should make everybody laugh.
Hey, Christopher, okay. My Zoom doesn't work.
Why are you breaking everything, Christopher? So, I went to McDonald's for lunch because I didn't have a lot of time. And so, I was like, it's really hot outside. I'm going to get a vanilla ice cream cone because that sounds kind of awesome. So I get this vanilla ice cream cone. And we'll call it attempting to eat it while I'm in the car on the way back.
It has no life.
I wonder if it was the same thing that happened to mine. Where we had to manually...
I did it. Oh, up here, maybe? Which one of these is the Zoom anyway?
No, don't touch that. That's good. We got a nice, good look at your face.
Well, I was trying to figure it out. It has too many turn dial ring.
Mo, even better than that. I'm gonna wait for the punchline until we can get the Zoom working.
Yeah. No, you should keep them busy while they pay no attention to the man in behind the curtain over here.
So, what ended up happening is I ate about half of the ice cream cone.
It did a thing.
And my beard ate the other half.
What?
Fixed. Because I have like particularly long mustache hairs right now. Because I haven't like trimmed down my mustache in a long time. So my mustache would like eat the ice cream cone while I was trying to eat it. So I'd get half, and then the mustache would get half. And bear in mind, it's like 95, 100 degrees.
So you know
outside.
why they call that a flavor saver, right? Because you can eat the ice cream off your mustache.
No.
I mean, it's your hair.
No. I mean, I kind of did a little bit. I was doing the...
See? What's for?
But most of that was like trying to get it so it didn't make the like mess inside the beard worse. Needless to say, it was a delightful ice cream cone, and it was perfect.
For the 10% your face ate versus your beard?
It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely McDonald's doesn't have ice cream, by the way, so he lost me at the beginning of this story.
What?
Who doesn't?
McDonald's.
Yeah, they do.
No, they have soft serve.
Okay.
There is nothing ice cream about McDonald's soft serve.
They do have soft serve. And it is great.
Isn't the standing joke that it never works?
The machines never work at McDonald's. So he got very lucky, and then he squandered it on his beard.
Well, I tried.
You didn't get the half and half, the twisty cone?
I really like their vanilla. Like
chocolate
a lot.
And vanilla. I'm not a huge chocolate ice cream fan, but the chocolate and vanilla swirled together is always.
Shane's like, ice cream? I love ice cream.
As long as you had fun, Jordan.
It's funny because I was sitting there in the drive-thru and I like looked at the
deadbeat. What's going on?
And I was like, "Ooh, vanilla ice cream cone, 99 cents. That sounds pretty good."
Ghost Hunter. That's all I heard out of that story. Don't place ice cream into beard.
Yeah.
Understood.
Don't shove ice cream into beard.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. You guys would have laughed because I was like,
you're able to get like the soft serve and a spoon.
But I was like driving and trying to eat it because it was melting and
So that's
That's
part
also-
of the dilemma as well. Is that
You should not be
you're
driving and
trying to
eating.
operate a motor vehicle
While eating.
while also eating an ice cream when it's 90 degrees out, and you're in Phoenix where
Oh,
people
this
are
guy.
terrible drivers.
See, this is the problem,
This
though.
is why people are terrible drivers.
This
They're
And-
trying to
freaking
eat their
guy.
ice
Part
cream
of this is
cone
my
when it's
fault.
hot in the car.
Part of this is my fault. Part of this is McDonald's needs to like put those things in cups.
You can
Is
ask
he
for
just
it
like-
in a cup. You can ask for it in a
That's
cup.
why I said part of this is my fault. The default.
I'm struggling
is not.
with the part that isn't your
The
fault.
default is not to put it in the
Are
cup.
they going to put something on the side of the cone now? A warning?
Yeah.
I'm,
Hot coffee is
I'm
hot.
struggling with the part that isn't his fault.
Cold ice cream will melt in your beard.
You're saying that McDonald's should ask at the window, is this for a child or for the driver?
It's for the child because the driver is also apparently a child and can't eat a freaking ice cream cone.
Connecticut.
Jordan gets it, he's like,
Right to it. Phonetic getting right to it. 100% of it is your fault.
Oh, it's so good.
OMG Mike's like, what's my fault?
If you guys could have
Jordan
been,
got ice cream in his beard, Mike.
Jordan just blamed his ice cream and his beard on you, Mike.
that's not true at all. Unless your name is McDonald's, and then I took half of the credit for it. To be fair.
Clarkatron, they're on their way, I think. Did Warp Speed's order go out? Do we know this? I don't remember. They should be on their way. The goal was to get them out this week.
I will not know until I get back to my desk and see if there is a packing slip in my thing.
Okay, so what's the difference between soft serve and ice cream? Tastes an awful lot like ice cream to me.
Not cream.
I guess that's
I think it's
true.
cream.
The
What's,
components aren't ice cream components.
what's
Yeah.
the difference between a
Yeah.
fake banana and a banana?
Well, they're both called banana.
It's like Dairy Queen.
One is just much worse than the other.
Ta-da! You got there.
Yeah.
That's why it's not called ice cream at McDonald's. I don't think they're allowed to call it ice cream. It's like somebody always says Cheese Whiz is not allowed to be called cheese.
C-H-E-E-Z.
What's that?
C-H-E-E-Z.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like that.
yeah, no E.
No,
No
E at the
Just
end.
call it Whiz. Dude, we had the best cheesesteak sandwich yesterday. That place is really good.
I love that place.
And it doesn't, it satisfies all three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
it's
opposed to
perfect.
the other one that satisfies two.
Yes.
But I don't think they clean their grill, so you're always sketchy on number
Yeah,
three.
that place is like, I have to give them kudos because it's not all the time when you go into a teeny tiny little restaurant like that and it feels super clean and
The
taken
place on
care of.
Central.
Yeah,
Central is good, yeah.
yeah.
But they're only open for lunch.
They are only open for lunch. Yeah,
Like, they'd make a killing if they were open for, like, dinner. Even if they closed at, like, 8,
Yeah.
they'd still make a killing.
it's crazy.
But they're in that area where it's all businesses. Well, no, they're not. They're down to where
no,
it
they
starts
are.
getting residential again. South
No,
of,
they're
south
on
of
the strip.
Thomas.
They're on Central.
Yeah.
They're on Central,
But they're
it's
south of Thomas, so it starts becoming residential down that way.
Not quite yet.
No.
No?
It
No,
gets
there's a strip mall
more.
right across the street from them, and then there's
some
Yeah, but
apartments
behind
in
them
it.
is all
all
residential.
Yeah, behind
oh
it.
behind them. Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
this is
so,
irrelevant
at least.
to anyone watching right now.
It's relevant to Jason and I.
Yeah, it's not relevant.
I'm not worried
to the
about
50
chat's
other
enjoyment
people
of our
around here.
cheesesteaks.
Yeah. But yeah, if anybody's ever in the area and hungry during lunchtime, you should go to this place. And don't ask questions as to why they have gyros on the menu either. Or cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers make sense.
Gyros don't.
Place with
Not
a
really.
grill.
Yeah. It's like a
Not
weird
really.
combination of things.
Not
Okay.
really.
You're like, cheeseburgers?
Maybe we can move on.
Philly
This is,
cheesesteaks?
I'm sure not exciting.
Jordan, you
for
need
anyone.
200 push pops. Didn't we have push pops in the freezer here for a while from Costco? Or push pops, the long, skinny ones that they're like,
I don't know what they
frozen
mean by
Kool-Aid
push-ups.
and
probably.
oh no, push pops are actually
Well,
the
that's push-ups.
push-up fake ice
Push-ups
cream
are
stuff. Yeah,
different
yeah.
than push pops, I think. I have no
Chuck,
idea
what's
what he's
happening?
talking about because it's OMG Mike.
Mike, the answer is no, I do not need 200 push pops.
But yes, that is the correct answer. Oh, Otter Pops. Otter Pops are the ones that you're thinking.
Otter pops.
Yeah.
They're like frozen Kool-Aid in a
Yeah.
plastic wrapper.
And Xenophonetic, thank you.
Otter pops. That was the
Pops.
only.
Otter Pops is the brand name.
That was the only sweet snack my grandmother had at her house when I was growing up. she would make like pumpkin pie and stuff like that. But the only like thing that if you're like, hey, want something sweet, you had
Mike,
Otter Pops in
seriously, do
the
not
freezer in
send
the
us
garage.
any
The
of
chest
those.
freezer.
Seriously.
Jen, don't do it. Don't do it.
What happened?
I said, please do not send us any of those.
Got it. Jordan needs 400.
Otter Pops are how you slice your mouth open. Yep, right
We
on the
don't
sides
hate
too.
Yeah.
Right
we
at the
don't-
crease on the sides of your mouth.
I
we don't
won't
have
eat them
room
because
for
of that.
those in the
I
freezer.
literally won't do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're sticky and messy and no.
Yeah, they really are. So good.
I don't need those wrappers laying around everywhere with like residue of the
Gross.
liquid that they couldn't get out of the corner.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we have people here that don't pick up after themselves?
Yes.
Look at
Yes.
Oh, Jen.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Jen does not mince her words. He's like, these people can't be trusted. You think chat can't be
See what
trusted?
Jen has to put up with chat.
Right?
Oh boy.
You see what Jen has to put up with?
Those are meant for the swimming pool, and that's it. If you don't have a swimming pool,
Some way to instantly wash yourself. That's
Exactly.
actually exactly what they were built
exactly.
for. Days at the swimming pool.
Ridiculous. Hey, Philip, look at your new name.
You were guilted into it by whom?
Jason.
Me?
Seriously?
Yeah.
True.
Yep. I told him he had to change his name.
Gabe,
Come-
that is absolutely 100% not what I am saying.
He had to change his name. And
What
rightfully so. He's worked here long enough to be part of the family. I don't even understand why this is a problem.
Ghost Hunter, I'm guessing that's a no, but I'm going to go ahead and ask anyway because you did write it. Jordan, can you show us how to paint plaid armor?
Nope.
There you go. I did my part.
Look, I just did it. You guys will have to slow down the stream replay. It was very fast.
Shelby said, Jordan, I loved the short today. You were right.
Oh, what? Wait, what was I right about? I was
You
right.
probably said she's
maybe
going to
you
love the
said
short.
that she would love it.
Oh yeah. That sounds like something I would say.
You got all. I swear to God, I didn't do anything wrong.
At the short. Although I've seen
It's
it.
painting pink.
I've seen it.
pink.
That's all you need to know. Pink armor.
But I have not seen it on the socials.
To which we immediately got the question that was just asked in chat. Next up, plaid.
Yep. I responded to it saying something to the effect of,
What's plaid?
"Who the heck said anything about plaid?"
I think on Facebook you said, "What's plaid?"
Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah. Either that or who the heck said anything about plaid is I think.
Maybe
what I
so,
said.
yeah.
Two
Oh
don't
yeah,
fall
and they
asleep,
said
have an
chat,
hour
and
ago,
I said
now you
can't
gotta wake
trust
her up.
chat.
Yeah.
Why do you gotta wake her up? Is it not nap time? Did Jordan ever give you my Discord username for the tractor thing? No.
Well, Mike, you were just supposed to go look at our Discord.
it's in our Discord.
Yeah. We link it every day. I know you're here.
Oh well. What does that mean?
What does that
It
mean?
means you don't want to be in our Discord?
Oh, that's a bummer.
You looked, didn't find things.
I'll help you out tonight. Sort it out.
I will. Yeah, just go back to the pictures and.
Well, the
then,
other day
like,
he said he
reply
didn't
to
have
it.
any idea how Discord worked.
Yeah, I'll help
So-
him out. I'll get you covered, OMG Mike. I'm in there. I
You
get lost. I'll see if I can't
with all
copy
the other
and paste
amazing
it
artists,
for you.
including Ghost Hunter.
Also including apparently an OMG mic. Baby J is like the D&D game master of Discord. No? Maybe? Otter Pops. OMG mic. Cover you with Otter Pops.
That sounds. So now when someone asks what Pro Acryl color should they use to replace X brand, will the answer be black and white and Rogue Hobby's signature?
No. I mean, yes.
But
Depending
not
on how
just-
hard you want to try.
Not I don't get the question.
Her whole video was spent showing how you can make any color out of her set because it's
Oh.
basically a CMY and RBY paint set.
Jen, you're not supposed to say anything about that.
What?
I said I haven't had time to watch it yet.
What?
Watch it tonight.
It is a fantastic
I
video.
know. I'm excited about it. I was answering a whole bunch of questions on her Instagram post about it.
Yeah, I had to go through and do all the Q&A on the YouTube video today.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds upon hundreds
Yeah.
of comments on her video so far. Quite a number of views in a short period of time as well, which is great.
Seriously, Mike, if we have any number of Otter Pops that show up here,
Any number greater than
you
zero.
are banned. Banned from all things.
Any number greater than 2, because I could probably finish off 2 Otter Pops before she even knew they were here. But any
No,
more than
'cause
that,
the
and I
mail
get
comes to
sick,
me
and
first.
she gets mad.
We'll just
Oh,
bribe
gosh,
Shelby to
Watts
intercept
Tomato,
the
I don't
the
know
order.
about all that. That's a really long thing that I have to read. Soft serve typically has less milk fat and is made at a slightly higher temperature. There is air in it, and the amount of air determines color, texture, and flavor. So basically, it sits in the machine and slowly churns at just above 0°C, and when it's dispensed, it's quickly frozen while having air injected into it, the amount of which determines final consistency. There you go.
Well, that's true for ice cream as well.
Wad, you're very bored.
Because the difference between gelato and
All right,
ice
so
cream is-
Mike says that he's not going to send any Otter Pops. If any show up under his name, I'm going to assume it is an imposter, and we're going to just start fresh. Everybody's banned, and we got to start over.
everybody's banned. Everybody go make a new Twitch
Well,
account.
thanks for 8 years.
So don't anybody send us any Otter Pops or anything similar.
It's funny.
So Jen is very scorched earth in her policy making.
You guys are screwed.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to order some Otter Pops and get them sent to the building.
Doomed. Doomed, I tell you.
We had a good
doomed.
run, Jordan.
Jen's like, you're fired.
We had a good run. She told me that today because I missed up the opportunity to get like 5th row center seats for Justin Timberlake.
He said, this would have been a thing that would have been better left unsaid. Like, I would have been better off not knowing.
Yeah, but I like to push those buttons.
Apparently.
I did take a screenshot of that and put it in my group chat
With
to let
your
all of them
friends?
know.
Oh my gosh.
You put it in your friend chat? So what do they think of me right about now?
They just laughed.
They're like,
They
sounds
they
about
laughed
right.
about the we had a good run part, is what they were laughing at. Jade, thank you for setting him straight. There are no Otter Pops. Jason, I promise I'm not, Jen. I promise to lay off the gifts. Jason got all angry uncle about it and put me in my place.
What's this?
Oh, Mike is insisting that he is not going to send Otter Pops
He said he heard
Because
you loud
you-
and clear.
because you went angry uncle.
I did?
Yeah,
I didn't get angry.
you angry uncle. Uncles don't get angry.
I didn't say it. I just said Jen goes all scorched earth.
No. Mike said he promised to lay off the gifts.
Oh. Oh, gifts in general.
Yes, gifts in general.
I think he's
Yeah, early
referring
in
to
the
a
week.
conversation you guys had yesterday or the day
He
before.
said earlier in the week about stuff.
Yeah.
187. To get dark colors into cracks and crevices, should I use the glazed wash medium, then reestablish highlights, or use Noosh and wipe away the excess?
Hold on, I gotta read this. Yeah. I would say it kind of depends on the cracks. A lot of the time, if you have a steady hand and a nice sharp brush, you can just kind of lay in those dark colors. If you're trying to do like panel lining, Noosh is probably not a bad option, but you gotta like really cram it into the recesses and wipe it away. Or make a really thin wash and put it in there, so you get the effect of the water kind of spraying in there for you. That would be my recommendation.
Big Bob read that as Wonate7. It took me a second. I had to really look at it. Please tell me Jason's going to paint the little paint splooch on the tip. We've talked about that.
I will.
Yes. Jason did the talking at me, looking down the camera over his nose, which is uncle is done with your BS, boy. I picked up what he was putting down.
Yeah. I remember this.
No water pops, no popcorn machine. It's not always easy to be Team Jen. Hey, we get things done though.
It's not always easy to be Team Jen. That's why Megalodon's not here anymore. No popcorn machine, no pinball.
Still definitely a hard no on the popcorn machine. And as far as a pinball,
I would get so sick of popcorn smell.
pinball machine, we don't have room.
Popcorn smells like okay for like once.
No,
that's why I have 2 popcorn
See,
machines.
that's what I was saying.
Because you can't have one
You
here?
don't want it. That
I don't
popcorn
understand.
all we will smell is popcorn around here, and we will all get sick of it within a couple of days. Big Bob said no popcorn machine. I don't even know if it's worth a visit to HQ. Well, probably not. If all you're looking for is popcorn.
Not with
machine.
that attitude.
You can get movie passes cheaper than a plane ticket to visit us at HQ.
You can get yes.
That's the main thing, Deadbeat, is that who's going to clean it? So.
Not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Nosies.
That was number one. Number two is the trauma I have of years of teachers who burnt popcorn daily and the smell just lingering.
Oh my gosh. Mike, okay, you guys are just being mean now. I know a supplier for theater popcorn machines.
We don't want one. We know we've heard from people who work here that they don't, that cleaning the movie theater one is even worse. So no. Plus we don't have room.
Clearly we just need to keep buying you new ones. No cleaning required.
Yep, Shelby,
Weekly,
the worst
it's
part
time for our weekly popcorn machine update.
would be coming home and realizing your clothes smell like popcorn.
Jabe, it's super easy. Well, why don't you do it
Weren't
then?
you the one who said it was
You
hard, or
just
was that Phil? I think it
Tell
was
someone
Phil.
to clean it. Gabe,
You just tell someone to clean it.
Gabe,
All right, Gabe, you get to clean it.
I was going to say, that was the wrong thing to say in this crowd. Guess
You
who's
said.
doing that now? Gabe already knows how this feels because it happened to him once today already.
uh-oh, what
Go
happened,
to
Gabe?
HQ. No popcorn machine. Probably no seal of approval show under the big top. I mean, the seal of approval is here all the time. Just take
can't
it out
get
back
away
and
from the
hose
seal
it.
of
How hard
approval.
can it be?
We had somebody on the Louise video. Be like, hey,
Fires
that's that
start
seal
out
of
back,
approval
so
guy.
sounds
Did they
bad.
really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
because she showed my face
Oh.
on like a nerdling.
Slightly burnt popcorn is. Well, I can't even read that, Matt Malachite. because it's not. Blech. Popcorn and fish officially banned from microwaves at new job. That is a good policy right there.
Fish especially.
Yeah.
Microwave only, or popcorn only if you have like dumb people trying to make popcorn in the microwave.
Or you just do it too often.
To where it just gets to where people are tired of like smelling it.
Yeah.
Gabe has delegated the cleaning of the popcorn machine to Jordan.
There you go, Jordan.
Heck no.
See, nobody wants a popcorn machine when it comes down to assigning who's going to clean it.
How about this then? I'll clean it. We gotta put it in Gabe's office, so he has to smell it nonstop.
That
No.
means Jason has to smell it
No.
nonstop. I don't think
No.
anybody wants that.
No, I'm right next door. No.
We don't want a cranky,
Looks like I'm not cleaning
overly
it then.
No.
popcorn.
You don't get to
Jason.
set the rules.
Jason vetoed it.
You don't get to set the rules.
To some extent, I can set the rules.
No.
It's a
And-
machine shop. Tons of dumb
Correct.
people.
I do have to say yes to doing this.
But again, I'll go back to the fact that teachers used to burn popcorn every day, and they're supposed to be pretty smart. Popcorn machine goes in the storefront. Storefront officially is set to open in 2073.
73. Right when plaid paint
Yeah.
comes out.
It's gonna be a big day because the store is gonna open the same day as we release plaid paint. People are gonna be lined up.
We gotta think about this because Jordan could still be alive then.
Fine.
So he may not want responsibility of this whole thing.
2078?
Yeah. So 2073?
2073.
That'd be
It's only 50 years. It'd be 80.
No, I'd be 90.
You're not 40.
No.
It's 50 years. You're 30. It's 80.
Gabe
That's
said,
correct.
my wife had a teacher
80.
who taught them that the sun controlled the
84.
tides. He probably burned popcorn.
80. How old are you?
Yeah,
30.
84. Yeah, it'd be 84.
Jordan, you're 30.
It'd be 88.
Jordan, you're 30.
Wait, no.
You'd be 80. It's 50 years
Yeah, we
exactly.
did 50 years.
No, it's
50 years
54
ahead.
years. Oh my god. No, because we said 78.
I'm gonna need you to go sit down.
We said 78, did we
No, I
not?
said 73.
73. I think at one point Lumberjack Tim came in and added like 6 years accidentally and
Jordan.
said 2079 or something, but it's 2073.
Okay.
It's 50 years.
Poor Jordan.
50 years because
like, wait a minute,
I
I'd be 88
knew
years
that I
old.
wouldn't be around to have to deal with it.
I'll be 90.
Jordan is painter, not mather.
No, I can math just fine. I just need to know what math we're doing.
Ghost Hunter, yes, in 2073 you can work in the store.
We said 2073.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been doing math all afternoon. And that math I definitely got right.
Ghost Hunter, that's terrible. Ghost Hunter said, I've dated a lot of teachers that hadn't mastered the subjects they taught. They just handed out worksheets every day. That hurts.
That hurts. I am in fact a mather and a painter. Not super fancy schmancy math.
This
but,
shows
you know.
here you ain't got to be good at maths to paint. It's okay. Yeah, T. Schmidt, I don't know. Ooh, the Captain America shield looks good, Jordan.
What's that?
Jordan's Captain America shield.
It's getting there.
Mike, yes, you are. The only machines we have room for here are machines that make paint and put labels on paint and put caps on paint bottles and
Can send emails.
make brushes and computers.
Yeah. Yeah, we need those ones too.
Office equipment like computers and printers and things like that. T. Schmidt said, I'm mad at Jordan's Iron Man. He's dead and looks better than mine.
I mean, he's not dead.
That's not true.
That didn't work.
What'd you drop?
All the shit that the hose keeps hitting.
Deadbeat, my brother's a high school teacher. His coworker shows up to work and bases the day's lesson on whatever is in the paper that morning.
What?
At least it's timely. What subject does he teach? Current events? Great. That works. Shelby needs a soft serve machine for her campaign. Shelby for Prez 2024, a 24-hour hobby store in every American city. Keep it at her house.
Keep it at her house.
Is it the comic section of the paper? If so, cool class. At this point, no one is sure. He's the laziest bastard they've ever met. Well, I don't know. Is that a reflection of the Canadian education system?
Womp womp.
You see who game delayed? Your second favorite Monument Hobbies employee. Who's that? Is that me? Is that what I wrote on your paper? Did you get your order? One of my high school classes used Newsweek as the textbook. That was fall 2001. Was that the only thing that they used? And what class was it? Again, the class matters.
the class is very relevant here, folks.
You did get your order, and that's what you wrote. Yay! It was Ghost Hunter. It was me. So Shelby gets the soft serve machine. Jabe helps her take it home. Okay, I'm understanding. I mean, that's between you and the Fishers. Feel bad that you broke Gabe's heart, but that's who you are. Did he write on your paper too? You have to be old enough to vote before you can run for president. You have to be older than 18.
35.
35. American Issues was the class. Well, then it makes sense, kind of.
That's a class.
A TV to also watch news channels. Walked in the morning of 9/11. The whole course changed that day. Boy, it did. I taught 5th grade on 9/11. That was a crazy day for teachers.
I was teaching that morning.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Like training?
I was teaching an entire group from South and Central America about power line conditioning in Miami, Florida.
Crazy.
And I lived in New York, so it was a pain in the butt. We had to steal our rental car and drive all the way back to...
Oh, yeah, because you couldn't fly probably, huh?
Huh?
You couldn't fly.
No. Flying shut down for a
No, and they weren't
minute.
even giving out... They weren't even letting you rent interstate rental cars, so we just took off. We just drove.
Oh, wow. Game Delay also managed to order exactly the right number of paints to fill his Evo bag. After I took out my fluorescent paints, metallic, medium, and dark bronze.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember sitting on my parents' bed, and I would have been still pretty young at this point. 2001 would have been 23 years younger, so 7, 8. somewhere in there. Remember sitting on my dad's bed in the morning while he had the thing on, and he was like busy on phone calls because he worked in the airline industry, and that whole thing exploded.
Yeah.
That whole industry went down so hard, so quick. Nobody wanted to fly. This craziness. So I just remember like the look on his face and like realizing that this was like a big deal sort of thing, because I didn't really like have a great understanding. I was 8, 7 or 8. I was like, you don't really get the gravity of the situation.
Nope.
But I do remember.
St. Liquor was in 5th grade on 9/11. I was not his teacher. Found out listening to Howard Stern. I listened to Howard Stern on my way to work, which I had a commute. I lived in Mesa and I worked downtown here. So I had a fairly long commute, like 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would have moved to Seattle like very shortly after that. 2001. 2002. Oh, maybe.
Remember walking to school that morning, worrying if your school was going to still be there? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surreal.
We had a whole
I still remember it
crew
so clearly.
of Spanish-speaking attendees, and we had to figure out a creative way to get them over the southern border, because airports in Mexico and such, they could get home. But no airports were operating, and we were really worried about border crossings.
Yeah.
But they were able to, we got them a van, and like a 12-person van, and I think 8 or 10 of them got in the 12-person van with one of the students having to drive, and they drove themselves to Mexico, where they were able to get home. But we had to, help this group of people who were scared out of their wits. They couldn't get trapped in the United States. Businesses and families and all that stuff, and all of a sudden the whole world shut down here in the States, so it's kind of crazy. Crazy day. Ghost Hunter, you're older than too many of you people. Senior year of high school.
Yeah. Mike, I'm with you.
Paint Liquor was such a youngin'. He's like 12.
What color hair? Or what color is crazy eyebrows in his
Well,
mustache?
they would be black, but I feel like we got to do something different, right?
Brown.
So I was thinking like, kind of either a brownish black. I'm going to paint him with coal black as a base coat and then figure it out. I have a... the same kind of thin glaze I was just airbrushing with. I'll use that rather than straight coal black. Leave some of that white pre-highlight that we did on there. We may get lucky and just be able to do a real quick pass with some transparent brown over the top of this and get enough of what we were looking for.
Game Delay said, I really feel like the bold sense of humor is the cover of an indie rock album from the early 2000s, and the band members are reflected in his glasses.
Yeah, I like the way that the reflection
it does look
came
very
out.
like shadowy reflections.
Yeah, the shadowy reflections of like humanoid.
Yeah. He was satin black. He uses wax on his mustache and eyebrows. OSB Paint said, thoughts on how to do a terracotta pot.
Orange oxide is pretty close to terracotta.
Or say burnt sienna as a base.
Yeah.
And then the burnt orange and orange oxide will get you there. They may not be as red as you want, so you could use some red oxide mix in or something along those lines. Terracotta is one of those that, because of just the natural, it has a lot of different
There's a lot of variation in
tonality
color.
and shade to it. So, but playing in that range of reds and oranges will get you there. Could also be a little peachy, so you could use like warm flesh to highlight those.
Start with clay, not paint. Gray Wolf said, so if I could ask, and I'm not wanting to start a fight, you're not going to get a fight around here, but who are these paints better or comparable? Wait. Are these paints better or comparable to GW paints?
I mean, we make them, and by making them, we don't just rebottle somebody else's stuff. So we're very biased. We're going to say they're better in most cases, but that's for how we like to paint. So what we say about tools in general, if you've been here for one of those spiels, is that the right tool is the one that makes you comfortable as an artist when you get to subjective things like art, especially. Now, our paints are made better. You'll notice that most GW paints are kind of desaturated colors because of the way they start. They make it like a coating, like a house paint, which starts from a tint base rather than, a pure pigment base. They're worried more about coverage than intensity of color in most cases. And so you'll start like house paint does, with a white or a gray base, and build your color up from there, it seems like. Our colors are real artist colors.
No,
so they're
Chuck.
meant to perform like artist quality paints. And so you get a totally different feel out of them. But that doesn't mean that any other company's paints are bad. Like I said, whatever you're painting and feel like you get the confidence out of using those tools is the right tool. We'll get a lot of people that ask about, the type of pigment we use and things like that. And there are slight differences in the way all of us make paint, but it's not like the end of the world if you like Citadel.
Mike said, but your white isn't chunky and horrible. I don't know. GW basically has free texture in their whites.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with Corax. A ground basing texture or a layering paint.
You're liking our paint carrier. Do you have one of them? One of the Evos or a Neo?
Yeah, we've been doing the Go bags for coming up on 8 years.
It's one of the first products you guys made, right?
One of the first products we ever made. The brushes were the first.
I still always forget that paint isn't the first thing that you.
Yeah, isn't that crazy to think about? We did bags and
Brushes,
MDF paint racks and brushes and brush soap. White paint came down the road, but it was not. They were kind of all lumped in together at one point. But yeah, the Go bag was the first like full big product we got behind.
Bob has an 8-year-old bag.
After brushes. Awesome. If you bought one of the first ones, yeah, 7, 8 years old. Is it black, Big Bob, or did you get one of the colored ones? The first run of colored ones were red.
Mike said I considered getting a go bag, then I realized I own the whole range nicely organized in wall-mounted racks, and I don't go places, so I decided not to. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a useful tool if you either do not have a setup at home and it can create your setup for you, or if you travel with painting. Even to your local game store for hobby night, the Go bag is tremendous.
Dave DeLay said Citadel paints are much better for storytelling, though. You can shake up your bag of Citadel and say you're attacked by, pulls out a bottle, goblin snot. But Pro Acryl, you just get bright green.
Never thought of it that way. I guess we are the boring paint.
We're kind of boring.
Pro Acryl, confirmed boring. Live on stream.
Big Bobzilla's go bag is black. Mo has 2 limited blue ones. Not sure how old they are. The blue, I don't remember.
Blue came out when we were on Indian school.
Yes.
So that would have been 2018, 19, right?
General Ginkgo said I got a green one I picked up from a random hobby shop while on vacation. Found out years later it was yours.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Green, like olive green or bright yellow green? Now that you're out of renovation hell, you should buy a bag for when the apartment sells and I move. Ah, you should. Except they're out of stock right now. Any idea when the 3rd texture trainer you had at Adepticon will be available? Soon.
Soon.
We didn't have a
Third at Adepticon.
The second was at Adepticon.
Oh,
Yeah.
second one's available.
It's on
now.
the store now.
Yeah.
The third one we have shown off on stream, but we haven't taken it anywhere yet. And it should be soonish. I know that Jordan and Brennan were pulling her off of
There's
the
some
printer.
boxed, but they don't have labels.
no, so
But
we
she
still are
has-
waiting on box art.
And then
We
have
have sent models off to the
a
artist who
handful
is
of
doing
them.
the box art for us. He is saying that box art will get done in June. So, when we ask outside artists to do stuff, we are a little bit less timely than we would like because of their schedules, but it's worth it for the fun.
Ryan Wallace said, I'm still trying to figure out how to fit 3 signature series and the fluorescent sets I just got and fit them on a rack with enough room for 3 sets. Gordon, help me do the math.
What?
I don't know. I don't understand that, though. So I think you're setting him up for failure.
I'm still trying to figure out how to fit 3 signature series and the fluorescent sets I just got and fit them on a rack with enough room for 3 sets.
That end part made it
Well,
confusing.
I need more. There's more information that I require. I need to know the dimensions of your rack. How many fit on a rack?
Snowden's Evo bag. But Jason and I actually talked about doing that years and years ago.
What's that?
Living in an RV.
Yep.
Snowden said, I'm going to need to figure out what I'm going to do around this time next year. The plan is to be living in an RV full time. Have to figure out how I'm going to set up a hobby space because I am not giving this up. Evo bag.
Yep.
Kados. Got my badge ordered. Looking forward to seeing you at Gen Con.
Awesome.
George and Heather just waiting on a noosh delivery. Then gonna order some Flame On and Rogue packs.
Nice.
Those are some good ones.
You guys do a great job cleaning up the sports on those trainers. Thank you very much. That is all, Mr. Brennan. He does a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted them to be as low maintenance as humanly possible. They are still 3D printed, so you might have some nubs to clean up and things like that, but we try our best to get them 80% of the way there for you.
Yeah.
So it's a good experience. Pull it out of the box, start painting, have fun.
Bobzilla, is that for us? You'd recommend moving a little further north if you want to live in an RV? We wouldn't live in one spot. I'm like, we're not just going to live in an RV, park it in Phoenix. We would travel. Yeah, get 2.
Would you ever do the roaming thing again, Jason?
Would I ever do the what?
The
Living on the road?
Yeah.
Um,
Assuming that this wasn't a thing that you were doing.
I think about it from time to time because it was such a great thing for the years that I did it. But I
Yeah.
have to be honest that the older I get, the less I'm really interested in breaking down on the side of the road with 19,000 pounds of travel gear in at your house. So obviously there's things that you can do. There's basically semi-level AAA, that can come out and replace big diesel pusher tires and stuff like that. But, you know, the maintenance and things gets a little old. You know, I did that solo. And so I know what the bear of it all is when you're out and you're like by yourself and you're having to beg people to help you out, you know. Luckily in that world of, if you're staying in campgrounds and stuff, there's always some good Samaritan that's willing to help you out. And a lot of times I was the good Samaritan helping somebody else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting question because I'm not sure that I would really be interested in doing it again.
It's hard to think because it's completely impossible right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're so embedded in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine not being here.
Imagine.
Yeah,
And then by the time we're not so embedded in the business, we're going to be old.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, if Monument wasn't a thing, right? Because there's no way that... Not right now.
Vector, what's happening? I put the transparents and the metallics on their own, not by hue. I put the transparents the way I have it linearly because I use the foam trays sideways here in the studio. The transparent colors go at the end of the hue row that they're a part of. So transparent purple's at the end of purple, yellow at the end of yellow, orange on the reds and things like that. So that's how I choose to do it. But in the standard bag, our stuff just goes in numeric order. But that's because we're familiar enough with the line. I wouldn't recommend doing that for other people unless you're just insane.
Well, I mean...
Big Bob, I get seasick. Oh, no.
That's the biggest issue with the go bag is what to put inside it. We get people that are like, why didn't you make this thing bigger to hold your entire line? You make too many paints. And I'm like, nobody travels with all of them, do they?
Yeah.
I think people would if we gave them the ability to.
It wasn't the lady with the axe. It wasn't the guy with the gun. A guy with the big flowing cloak.
That's the guy with the gun.
That's the guy with the gun, yeah.
Got the cloak
Mm-hmm.
and the gun.
And if it wasn't that one, it was probably a model from Minework or something.
That's the third one.
Not a guy with a cloak.
It's a witch with a familiar. It is like a little cat demon. Because cats are the devil.
You hating on cats over there?
I mean, cats are the devil. It's proof right here.
That was a crazy.
When you're not looking, they grow bat wings and try to eat your face.
She's so charming.
Game delay. So the big problem is that I'm about to change everything. Vector, have a great evening. Big
Bye,
summer
Vector.
party. Now you're tired.
Did you have otter pops?
Did you have otter pups?
They're appropriate at a summer party. She has a face that says, I'd love to have you for dinner.
Calico Demon Buddy. Oh my gosh, that would be great, huh? There's enough to do like a little calico cat style paint job on him. Like black
it's
bat
got
wings.
human arms.
What's that?
It's got human arms and...
It's got little demon arms.
Hmm.
Got like 3 claws. And picking brain mushrooms, brain shrooms. You got enough of the brain in there to paint?
What brain? Oh, in the
skull has its
Okay.
brain still.
Yeah.
Osobi. No. No, Osobi, no.
You see a gremlin? That feels like a gremlin. I'd give you that. I'd give you that. I just drew it and was like, I want it to be feline.
Mom doesn't know it yet, but you're totally taking us to Arizona so I can restock paints when needed.
You need a carry-on
She's
size
like it
pre-sorted go bag. I mean, all of them fit carry-on.
You just can't carry the paint on.
I've been loving using the Neo because it's so small, and then with a mini strap to the back of it, it still carries 48 colors,
Yep.
miniatures, all my stuff, right? It works
Definitely
great.
Taking a Neo with me to the show. I guess I can take the whole one.
You probably have to take all the paints, yeah.
Yeah, probably
You can't get away
take
with just
all.
Neo.
Yeah, all of the texture trainers have been Jason's original concept art.
Yeah. Yep. James, I do all, yeah, like Jen said, I do all the initial SketchUps, and then I will go out and get like material references off Google. I'll just Google like metal, plating, and give them like the idea of the metal I want a particular part of the thing to be made out of, because I don't go and do a finished sketch. And then we have a character artist that works with me to Inez, and so she brings up the raw drawing that I've done and puts it into a cohesive structure, and then that goes off to the sculptor. Because the way my sketches are very I won't say back of napkin. They're detailed enough, but if I give it to a sculptor, they're not so detailed that the sculptor can know what he's supposed to be doing, he or she. So the character artist puts material, like my material ideas, on my bones, basically, so that you can see everything. That way the sculptor really only has to do texturing and create the model. Jeep with a J, texture trainer. Well, that would be funny. A vulture. OMG, Mike, our paints are the only ones you trust on a flight. Worried any other droppers would just leak? They will, for sure. Yeah. In traveling, I've had lots of other dropper tops. They not necessarily have a problem because the thread will hold the cap on, but they will weep, and you'll lose a lot of paint into the cap, which causes a problem. Just because when it becomes pressurized, that's what happens, right? Air can leak out through the threads. They're not sealed. 96 paints all need to come out. Well, there you go. Project. James, awesome. Yeah, she'll be out-ish, soon-ish. I don't know. Once the third one hits, I think we'll start doing more marketing push and advertising. We're building up production so that we can figure out what's comfortable on what we can create on a daily, weekly basis, stuff like that. We'll then advertise, though, there'll be a 3-pack that you can buy or individually as they've been. And we'll also have the stand. It's like the plinth. Not plinth, I guess that's what it is. It's like a little stand. I don't think I have one in here. I have one in my office. Brendan printed one out as a test, but I don't remember where I put it. Not here. What are our production resin printers? We've been using the E-Pack stuff for so long. They've been real workhorses, but we have a frozen huge plate one now. It's their 8K Mighty. Are they the ones that use the Max and Mighty? The 8K Max frozen, and it's been a pretty good machine. Brendan's happy with it, but we'll be moving to other machines with large build. So the big thing for us is large build surface and quality, right? Because when you're in production, you don't want to run like a small plate over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You'd like to get more out of each, 3.5 hour period of time. I think these print in like just sub 4 hours. The third one's going to be the one you actually paint first. The Krone is really cool. I really enjoyed this one. The idea is that they are all different thematically so that we can get various textures in, right? And so with her, different types of skin, and then, of course, some bone, in a meaningful way, some natural stuff with the mushrooms, obviously some brain, and various forms of fabric, and, what could be gem or just metal bangles and earrings and stuff. So, and then of course the familiar with, natural webbing and wing and stuff like that. So again, I didn't want to just make a little square that had a hand and a weapon and a thing, because there's lots of practice things that you can do, but at the end of the day, those aren't worth anything. They don't, like, you paint a great thing, but it's just like painting a bit. It doesn't have a full composition. So You understand the physical differences between sable and synthetic, but what are the performance differences? Sable is generally softer, so it can withstand more downward pressure before the tip will start to spread. That can be a fairly nuanced difference depending on how you paint. So if you paint with a very light hand, meaning that you don't bend your brush over very far, so with me, I like synthetics because I paint very, usually very light unless I'm going for heavy texturing and beating the crap out of the brush, which you'll see me do. At which point in time, it doesn't matter what brush you're using if you're doing that, because I'm looking for texture. But in normal situations, a lot of times it probably looks like I'm not really even hitting the surface, right? Because if we stop along the trajectory there, I barely bend the brush, but I'm touching my hand the whole time. And so both brushes will act very similarly, although in that case, if you have a light hand, the synthetic will generally give you a more consistent line throughout the whole thing because it isn't as soft. So you can do more pencil-like painting with it, if that makes sense. But again, it's just a touch and feel thing. Jordan can do everything I can do with a synthetic with a sable. It's just finding the right tool that feels good for you. With modern synthetics, they will draw and release paint just as controllable as a modern sable. I say a modern sable. There's no difference in sable now, except that a lot of them have either synthetic or other animal hair mixed in with them because sable's becoming such a pain to do as a full brush. You went from painting only with sables for a few months to only with synthetics, and now you've moved back to some of each, depending. Yeah, exactly. They're just tools. The people that want to get you into a brush versus airbrush or a synthetic versus sable argument are not even coming at it from the right direction. These are all tools that you will be better at in your creative process if you have the selection to choose from. OMG Mike says that shield looks great.
Thanks, man. Working on getting that shine a little bit more. Even though it's cracked, I want it to still have that kind of shiny feel.
Why is pure sable a pain? Well, from the Kolinsky side, because of the price, the demand that has been placed on sable out of China, as China tries to make more and more brushes and compete in that arena, has made the quality harder to obtain. One of the problems in a situation like that is that if you have the raw material, in this case the weasel, right, and you're taking the hair for the brushes comes from around the base of the tail, and the difference really between red sable and Kolinsky sable is the male or female weasel that it gets pulled from, and so if you overtrap, then you create a lot of tension in the animals and in the environment. And so the hair, I always describe it as like if you're stressed, your hair is not going to be at its best form, right? It can even fall out. Yep. And so you cause issues there. And so they're overtrapping in the entire Siberian area. And China is right there. And they get like first crack at a lot of the hair, but they don't know how to make brushes very well. And so you get inferior brushes that is buying in such bulk quantity that it's hard for smaller companies to get the quality of hair that they need. So, if you buy a weasel, can you paint with its tail? Yes, definitely. You have to train it very well, but yes.
So, Jordan, I have a question about this base. Because you've made this, right?
Yes.
And so were those models supposed to be like collapsed like that?
No.
They're just regular models that you would use in the game.
Yeah.
But you made them look like that. Now, is the shield bent?
It's cracked.
Cracked.
So I put a little crack in it. Let me see if I can zoom in.
No, that's why I was seeing that you were just painting it. It almost looks like it's also bent.
Well, it's
like it got smashed.
This shield has a little bit of a bow to it, right?
Yeah.
It's domed.
It's domed. Thank you.
Right.
That's the right term. So the model has that shape to it.
It looks bent more than it normally would be, but that's maybe just because of the way you've painted it.
That's probably the lighting.
Yeah.
Because the lighting is very central in it.
There's like some of the rubble kind of up on it a little bit right there. And yeah.
Ghost Hunter, if we can get some breedable animals here stateside without the drawing the ire of Fish and Wildlife and start a weasel ranch, I'm down.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Weasel Ranch.
American Sable coming soon to a Monument Hobbies near you.
The Crazed Weasel Ranch.
You see us out there in overalls, shaving
Shaving
ferrets,
Get the kids
shaving
next door
weasels.
to feed 'em.
What do you do for a living? I shave weasels.
They can learn about farming.
Amazing.
This is a job from someone from Florida. Oh, my OMG Mike says noted. We got a box with a bunch of holes in it and some screeching weasels in it.
Oh my god.
Mike, we are returning to sender, my friend.
Yeah, Jen, for these models, believe it or not, the Iron Man has virtually no adjustments to it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I broke this arm off right here and bent it down a little bit so that it would feel more like he's like planting his arm into the ground. And I think I might have adjusted the other arm a little bit to come in. But the stance on that model is like this.
Yeah.
So it kind of just worked
Yeah.
with his shoulder up a little bit.
It's awesome.
And then this guy, I didn't change the pose on his legs much because they kind of just worked as it was. But what I did is I rotated the head. So I chopped the head off and I rotated it to the left. So he's looking in the opposite direction. And then I actually swapped the arm. So his right arm has the shield out horizontally. And I chopped that arm off and I actually used that arm as the right arm, or the left arm here. So I swapped it to the other arm, but you can't see the hand. So if you look underneath and you see the hand's actually for the right arm. Yeah. So sneaky little stuff like that you can hide and make it look like it belongs.
No idea, but if they're Siberian, maybe in Alaska. What do you mean? Siberia is not in Alaska. You can probably get there easier from Alaska.
Proximity. Because it's close.
Teach Tiny what's going on. Wild weasel brushes. They eat the paint and your face. You just send them a weasel. These are do-it-yourself brushes. Yeah. We send you a wood dowel.
Send the whole weasel?
We send you a wooden... We're going to do a build-your-own brush kit. We're going to start a build-your-own brush service. A little
comb.
Everybody thinks they can do this stuff by themselves, so we're going to do a build-your-own brush. It's going to come with a live weasel. It's going to come with a wooden dowel and a ferrule and some glue.
No, tape.
Tape?
Yeah. Tape is better.
Okay, tape is better.
Yeah, but you got to have a comb, too, so you can comb the weasel and get the hair.
Oh, do we have to send scissors?
No, you just comb and get the shedding hair.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just gather them up and you tape them together, and then you tape it to the
Jabe is like, whiteboard!
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think that the weasel pelt would stay very good here in Arizona, so we'd have to go somewhere cold. Weasels are legal in Arizona.
Sounds like OMG Mike.
Unfortunately, not Mustela kalensk or Mustela siberica, which is the genus or the species.
Stopping in at the Build-A-Brush at the mall, taking my kids and rabies shots.
It's funny because they got mistakenly placed on the endangered list in the U.S. and now nobody will take them off.
Wait, really?
Yeah, 25 years later. 45 years later, I think it was like the 80s. Yeah, it wasn't even an endangered animal.
Things don't happen quickly with changes like that.
Oh no.
There are still
and now you're dealing with stay-at-home moms
who
who don't ever want to let any animal off of the endangered list because poor animals. And you're like, I mean, they were never on the list they should have been on the list in the first place. Clerical errors aside. Clerical errors aside, nobody else thinks they're endangered except for us in Canada. So that's only because Canada does what the U.S. does. So.
Jason, I have a question.
Now I get it, Xenophonetic. We're not moving to Alaska, so this is not helping. We're just going to send you a half-naked, hair-falling-out weasel with a stick, some tape, a pair of scissors, and a comb. Did I cover everything?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, feral.
Feral.
Yeah. Feral.
No, stick. Yeah, I mean, that's a real law. We when I was a teacher, I would always have a day where we talked about just silly laws that still exist. Another one is like you can't walk a horse, on a sidewalk or something like that.
Oh yeah.
There's some dumb ones.
Yeah.
You can't walk a
Got it.
horse
Monument
on the
needs weasels.
sidewalk.
Yes, lots. A truckload of weasels better show up here in a week, Mike, or your band. Now you're in a really bad pickle. Because I've demanded a truckload of weasels, and Jen says if anything else shows up, you're banned. So basically, you're just banned. Just ban him. Before he even makes a decision, he's banned.
Mike's like, got it. I got this. I got the contacts. We're making it happen.
Got it. I'm banned. I understand.
Mike, he said go.
You can walk a horse on the sidewalk, but you can't keep your ice cream in your back pocket.
No. It gets all smooshed and melty. Look, I already saved half of my ice cream in my beard. Although I did promptly wash it out as soon as I got into the building. Although I was thinking about it the whole time I was like walking into the building, I was like, man, somebody's gonna make fun of me about how my face looks right now. Because it looked real dumb. And luckily, Brennan is a soft-spoken person and won't make fun of me. And he was the one who happened to open the door.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
You've got a.
You got a little bit of.
You got a.
Did you get attacked
schmutz.
by? Yeah, you got some
schmutz in your beard.
I think it's important that we just let you know there is some there's some smooch on your face.
You can't fish into Lake Michigan off Lakeshore Drive on the neck of a giraffe.
See?
What?
There you go.
This better not even be a law. This better be a joke. You said you need a truckload of weasels. No one specified that it needed to be non-stuffed animals.
This is how we ended up with a little van.
We're
We're not specific enough.
Yeah.
So how does a truckload... So what's the shtick with a truckload of weasels? We get a micro mini truck with a stuffed weasel in it.
Or we literally get a truckload of stuffed weasels.
This one will be interesting. This one will be interesting. This is the new game, is what is the cheapest way for him to make this statement come true? And it would be like a Hot Wheels pickup with a stuffed weasel.
Yeah.
I just want to know where you're going to find a stuffed weasel. This could be the thing, although it's probably available through
sure
Alibaba. Somebody out there thinks it's stuffed weasels.
You can get anything on Amazon.
Huh? Everything's on
anything
Amazon.
on
Yeah, everything's on
get
Amazon.
pretty much everything on Amazon.
Wad, that's a real law.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You cannot.
Ice cream in the back pocket.
This is bored. This is
Houdini.
bored people who run across weird situations. Like
Well, no,
somebody
they're
stole a
all
giraffe
very
from the
old.
Chicago Zoo and was trying to fish while riding it, and so they thought that the thing they needed to do was write a law that says you can't fish while riding a giraffe.
Hot coffee is hot.
Hot coffee is hot.
Everything happens because it happened.
Oh, I'm so glad that we didn't specifically say we needed otters because I know exactly where he would have gone for that.
Otters?
Yeah,
No otters.
we need a truckload of otters.
No, we do not.
He would have just sent us a bunch of otter
No.
pups.
We've already had this conversation.
No, I know. My point is, it's funny that we're not talking about otters instead
It's
of
not
weasels.
funny.
I think it's hilarious.
How random are you?
Have you met me?
I am so happy we are not talking about spiked suns because a truckload of spiked suns would be bad.
My brain works like this sometimes, okay? All right?
Now these people operate HOAs.
You want to know where my brain went to next?
No.
You're killing my vibe now. What the heck?
No. I mean, you gave me a yes/no question, and I gave you a yes/no answer. So yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you anyways.
Damn it.
You'll
$5
appreciate
for a
it.
stuffed animal weasel. Now to calculate a truckload. You're gonna have it delivered next door to the daycare center. We don't have room.
No, my brain went from otters and otter pops instead of weasels to guess what book I'm reading now. My brain is very random. But I am reading a new book.
What are you reading?
It is, I think it's called Empire of Silence.
Never heard of it.
It's the series is called the Sun Eater series or something like that. It popped up. Somebody who I watch videos who does like book reviews said something about it being a really good sci-fi series.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need something new to read, so I'm gonna read it.
There you go.
And so far, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I stopped listening to books because all my books are crap right now.
I'm sure there's good stuff out there. It's funny. I tried to go back to finishing the reread of Malazan that I was on, and I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Too much. With that series, I have to just forge ahead and figure it out. Can't be half reading a series and then stopping it and then rereading it again.
Yeah, especially not that one.
Yeah, that one's all. It gets better every time you read it. Although the second book is just kind of a bit of a slog. And it's a shame because it's so darn interesting. The worst part.
Deadbeat Artist said, I just finished the Vaults of Terra trilogy. It was fun. Author describes Terry as very Geiger-esque.
It's the what trilogy?
Vaults of Terra?
I've never
Oh,
heard
Vaults
of
of
it
Terra,
before.
yeah.
Is this from
It's Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read the final one, but I read the first two.
Are they 30K, 40K?
40K.
Oh, okay. What's the premise?
It's all about conspiracy surrounding. I mean, in one part, I think there's a Harlequin that makes it into the Emperor's freaking throne room before getting killed by a custodian.
Oh, weird.
Or maybe not a custodian. No, it was the Inquisitor, right? It centers around an Inquisitor. And it's kind of a mystery crime type thing. That doesn't help you much at all.
I mean, I assume it's just kind of like how the heck did this
The Vaults
Harlequin
of
get
Terry.
in?
It's set in the what you'd call the current timeline of Gilliman's Crusade, and
Oh, okay.
the High Lords and the vying for power and nonsense that's going on. And it was maybe it wasn't a Harlequin, maybe it was a dark Eldar. Now that I think about it. Yeah, like noir spy story basically.
Interesting.
It was a dark Eldar, wasn't it? Like a homunculus guy who made it to the throne room, now that I think about it. Yeah, homunculus, yeah. I am quick, fast giving up on anything 40K. From a reading perspective, all the books that I have are garbage. I think that they have lost any kind of sense of overall management of the Black Library from that perspective. which is weird since, you know, they're trying to do TV shows and stuff. You think that lore right now would be a big deal.
I would think so. Maybe they think it's great.
I'm sure somebody does.
That's
a lot of
probably
people
the
like the
problem.
Fabius Bile stuff because that's how I got the recommendation from it. I think it was from someone in chat, and it's garbage. I like something with a little more depth than the here and now, I think. And a lot of 40K is books written about this one little story. And I want to have it have the broader reach. That was why I couldn't do shows like X-Files very well, because they were all, you had to really hump through them to find the stories that pertain to the overarching thing that they were trying to tell.
Yeah.
Like the Cigarette Man or Cancer Man or whatever they called him.
Yeah.
And all those other parts of X-Files that were in the larger overarching storyline. Some of the episodes, most of the episodes didn't have anything to do with it. And you're like, well, this is boring.
Game Delay, who's judging you? The paints? Game Delay said, thanks to Jason's method for storing transparency, the weakness of my organization of reds, browns, and oranges is being exposed.
He's
and
judging
I didn't
himself.
Need to be judged this harshly on a Wednesday afternoon.
No, the whole Smoking Man story is the part I wanted to watch for the X-Files. I eventually, long after the show was off the air, I found on Google the watch list that you could do that had the main storyline in it. But even some of them were just little small
snippets of an episode.
Guys, you know, Smoking Man staring out of a hotel room with a particular character in the background that he wasn't supposed to know or talk to, that was like a what the hell kind of moments. So there were a lot of those that had those, you know, WTF moments in them. So I started watching them, but it became more and more difficult. And then they never really finished the story.
Did they not? Really?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer.
They did the movie at the end, and it didn't really answer all the questions. A big spaceship comes out of the snow and stuff. So.
Well, I'll let you know how this book is. You've never heard of it before.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I keep trying to read Endymion, which is the part of the Hyperion series, and it just doesn't hold me.
Yeah, you were like listening to it like months ago when we were in the car.
I stopped
doing
it to listen to the last
Dune.
No, to the last Terra
right.
book.
Yeah.
Right, Siege of Terra, the End and the Death Part 3. So I stopped listening to it there, and then when I picked it back up, I was just kind of not feeling it, and so I went and tried to find some other books to listen to. In the meantime, I did what Stephen King book that I listened to?
It.
No, before that, I don't remember. The Shining, and then I went back to Endymion, and a few chapters later, I'm listening to It, and It's a beat down. So
yeah, this one's interesting so far. I don't know a lot about it, which is good. I kind of wanted to keep it like pretty low key knowledge about the series.
Yeah, Ryan, it's Monster of the Week. Same with Supernatural is the other one. I always tell Jen, let's watch all 13 seasons of Supernatural. She hasn't fallen for it yet, so. I don't think so. Fringe was the best sci-fi series you've ever seen until it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh.
I agree until it wasn't.
Unfortunate.
Fringe was amazing, and then it sucked.
It had like 2.5 seasons of awesome.
Of amazing.
Of 5.
And then it sucked.
Yeah, and then it was
I don't know that I've ever been as disappointed in a series as I was with Fringe, from going from so good to not even mediocre, but just to bad.
Yeah, I agree. I it's funny that you mention it, because I can't really think of a show that takes that much of a dive.
Yeah. Oh, they did 2 X-Files movies? I may have seen both, but I don't remember. The episode of X-Files you remember is cockroaches that burrow into someone's wrist. Oh, gross. Ah! Ugh, gross.
Xenophonetic, which season is that again?
Lost. I never watched Lost, but everybody says it was the same, that Lost at the end took the easy road out, and I guess everybody was dead. Spoiler alerts.
Of Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That everybody died in the plane crash, and it was supposedly the afterlife or something like that?
They were in purgatory.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but that's what I've been told.
Zeno, everybody says that From is something we should give a look to. Jen doesn't like that stuff, and I don't find a lot of time in front of the TV when Jen's not around, so I don't typically watch new shows. But
it's funny because I feel like there's a lot of Supernatural that like you would appreciate?
I started watching Supernatural. I don't know if it was when it originally came out or very soon after. And I like the premise of them hunting for their mother's killer and not being estranged from their dad and, you know, and all that stuff. Yeah. But again, there was so little of the story in a lot of the episodes I was watching. It was a monster of the week.
Yeah. They move away from that as it progresses a little bit more. Every episode sort of has a little bit of a story beat in it for the overall narrative.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I think the biggest thing for me that resonates as something that you would really enjoy is like all of the pop culture and movie jokes. Oh. Like, those are things that I have only just started to understand as I have started watching more movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I actually get that joke now. And because like one of the characters just does nothing but make like music and pop culture and movie jokes the whole time.
But as Jensen Ackles, and I don't remember what the other guy's name is.
Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki? Something like that?
Padalecki, yeah, something like that, right? Yeah, I like the dynamic between them. You know, the old car was cool. I thought it was a cool premise for a show. It just didn't keep me involved. Each episode was, you know, it kind of devolved into, oh, I have a love interest, but she's a banshee. So in this strange town we just pulled into for a night.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it just seemed like very formulaic. 13 seasons of that would literally make me poke my eyes out.
Yeah.
Every time she's on Netflix scooting around and Supernatural shows up, I'm like, oh, let's watch all 13 seasons of Supernatural, because it has like 13 or 14 seasons. It's crazy.
You could, if you wanted to, just watch the first, I want to say it's 4 seasons.
Hey, babe, let's watch the first 4 seasons of Supernatural.
And then be done. Because there is like a a reasonable end to it.
No?
Season 3 is where that show really kicks off.
See what I have to put up with, chat?
Watch that on your time.
You can watch that on your own time.
The first 5 seasons, you know, is what you're saying?
Songer said, anyone know of a series that was solid from beginning to end? That might be the more difficult question. Mindhunter.
Yeah.
All the good ones, Mindhunter. The ones that get canceled, that they don't finish.
I can tell you a show.
Was great. I want more.
Yes.
Right now. That's amazing from beginning to end.
I read something that didn't seem like wishful thinking, where he made mention in an interview that he was finally planning to come back around to it.
And it's funny because like I heard that too, that there was some kind of talk about it, and then right around that time, Mindhunter started like popping up on Netflix as like, you know, in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because I think people were like going back and watching it or something. Yeah.
I would love to see that series revived because it was really, really good.
Nicholas, that is the only episode of that show that I have never watched.
The Scooby-Doo crossover.
The Scooby-Doo crossover episode. I straight up did not watch it.
Oh my god.
I saw it on the list of upcoming episodes and I was like, I'm not watching that. Hey, I don't care.
Jason, you have a message from Mathis. Hi Jason, long time no see. I see you had a miniature sculpted in your likeness.
Mathis, what?
If
How the hell are you, man?
Correctly, is that the white paint?
What?
Was Mathis one that you were painting something for that had white paint?
Yeah, I believe. Mathis, did you own the Emperor's Children? Is that correct?
I can't remember what I was going to call the stream today, but I feel like that is something I remember.
I feel like you're right.
Yep, and that was me, he says.
What? So, okay, guys. So, Mathis, you're going to get ganged up on here.
Of monument history right here.
So, this is monument history right here. Mathis is the one who commissioned me to paint the Emperor's Children, of which, what's his name? Hammer Boy, the first captain of the Emperor's Children that I was painting, is the cloak that inspired. It gave me so many problems with the white paint that I was airbrushing that we wiped it off and started fresh with me mixing white paint that led to bold titanium white that created the Pro-Acryl line of paints. It's his fault. It's his fault.
That's crazy.
So there you go. How funny is that? Mathis, that's awesome. Hope you're doing well. You still down under? Native Australian. That is so awesome. Good to see you.
And the model that is your likeness is, I think, the one you're painting right now. is what the comment was.
Eidolon, yeah. Yeah, man. It was Eidolon, first captain of the Emperor's Children. I was painting it for Mathis. He had his 30K Emperor's Children, and he had gone so far as to supply me with the exact, back when Forge World was doing airbrush colors, right? They had the airbrush colors that they had supposedly used for the Emperor's Children on the website, and he wanted them exactly like that. And so we were painting it like that, and the whites back then just were garbage. And so what did I do? I mixed up white. Everybody in chat said, "Oh my God, we will buy that from you," and the rest is history. Jen and I started making white paint by hand in our studio. Technically in the studio in the kitchen, right?
Yeah. He's glad it all worked out for you. So because of you degenerates, I just got Otter Pops at the supermarket.
That's awesome.
Because of you degenerates. Mathis, nothing has changed. You'll be glad to know.
Yeah, we're still
Other than we don't drink on Friday nights
no
anymore.
more drinking on Friday night streams. John Patrick, you have a bottle of the original Special White. That's what its name was. I don't like that other name. Gabe will, how many is that? 10,000% be getting Otter Pops on the way home.
Is that Gabe?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Using my finger as a way to block paint overspray here, so I can kind of get the brighter gray laid in at the lower portion of the glasses.
Burgundy and dark burgundy just got moved by the magentas. Don't reorganize your paints, kids.
Give some depth to the frames. No more drinking paint on Friday night? We never did that.
No. You know why? Because paint is not for consuming.
10,000% is a lot of guaranteed Otter Pops, Gabe.
That's a lot of Otter Pops.
How many Otter Pops is 10,000% chance of getting Otter Pops?
Ghost Hunter was artisanal white paint. Made in Jen and Jason's kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, very bespoke. Very, I mean, if we got 50 bottles out of a batch, we were excited.
Oh, never. Like that, it was
25, 30,
yeah.
50
Yeah.
tops. It's a crazy. Bio needs, what's an Otter Pop? It's frozen Kool-Aid, sweet Kool-Aid in a long plastic tube, like a big ketchup pack.
Yeah, it is. That's a
Like
good
a
way to-
see-through
yeah.
ketchup pack with frozen Kool-Aid in it, that you would tear the top off and you would
So
push
you buy
from the
'em-
bottom,
you buy
roll it
'em
up or
liquid.
whatever.
You buy them as liquid packs and
Yeah.
you put them in your freezer.
Put them in the freezer.
They're popsicles, but they're in a plastic tube thing.
How many Otter Pops would an Otter Pop pop if an Otter Pop could pop otters? Wait a minute. They're freezies? Yeah. Whatever the name is, same kind of thing, right?
Ice pops.
Not a popsicle. It doesn't have a
Yeah, it
stick.
doesn't have a stick.
It's literally liquid in a long, it's like a ketchup pack, except it's like a foot long.
You know what this is, File Needs. Come on. Been around for 100 years. Flavor Ice. Yeah.
Flavor Ice. That's what it is.
FLAV-R.
Yeah, exactly.
Ice. 10,000% means he already has them. No, he said he's that certain that he is going to stop on the way home and get some.
Gabe, I'm going to be very disappointed if you end up not getting Otter Pops on the way home.
Otter Pops is the brand. There is a brand called Otter Pops. And they had pictures of little cartoon otters on them, and I think they had funny names.
I'm gonna laugh when Gabe tries to get
But
Otter
they're
Pops
just
and he can't
ice
find
pops. Freeze
Oh,
pops,
every grocery
whatever.
store everywhere has got flavor ice or Otter Pops.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of stream when we started talking about them, we were just trying to be generic about them, and like 15 people in chat said, "Oh, you mean Otter Pops?"
Yeah.
So we've been calling them Otter Pops. They're not colored anymore. They're just clear.
any. What? Sounds like a lie.
What? Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, no way they're not colored. No way.
How do you know?
Some
what
countries don't
flavor
let
it
you use the
is?
food coloring.
Oh, I guess so.
I wish they were clear here.
Ghost Hunter, I'm not sorry for saying Otter Pop. They even have, yeah, the pickle juice, pickle ones. Like the pickle slushy at Sonic.
You can get a pickle slushy at Sonic?
I think in the summer you can.
Yep.
That's gross.
Yep, you can get pickle as a flavor at Sonic.
That is the thing you will not see me.
Why you would do this as a self-respecting human being, I don't know, but
Some people really like pickles.
like, can you get a pickle limeade? That's borderline disgusting. Holy Maphis. How crazy is that?
Blast from the past.
Maphis, are you,
Ruben
if you're
was
still there,
there.
are you even in the hobby anymore? Do you still do this stuff? Still playing games?
Otter Pop's made from Everclear.
Yeah, no, not sure that's great.
Although, I don't drink anymore.
Jen, you're like,
It would be delicious.
I don't drink anymore.
It would be delicious. Like that's the thing. Like a glass of champagne with a popsicle in it. Delish. Maffa said, "No, I fell out of the hobby a few years back. Been watching some mini painting content again recently, though. Don't know if I'll pick up a brush though."
So not playing or anything? Awesome that you stopped by, though. Hope you're doing well.
No, you can't freeze them with alcohol in them. You have to take the frozen pop and put it in alcohol.
Maphis, if you haven't, you got to stop by and see Kenny when he streams on
Fridays.
Friday.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Kenny will remember you, maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Otter Pop's flavors have names. Yeah, I think so. I feel like they were. I mean,
getting so
seriously,
close.
Otter Pops, the brand, has been around forever since I was a little
Are you
kid,
done?
like a
No, I'm
child.
getting close.
And I think that they had funny names. Kenny works at my White Castle. He used to work at my Long John Silver's.
What's that?
Ghost Hunter said Kenny works at my White Castle. He used to work at my Long John Silver's.
I don't think we're talking about the same guy.
Different Kenny.
I mean, I'm not putting it past Kenny to troll somebody like that to go get a job there just so he could have the
I
T-shirt.
thought he worked at the Circle K.
Yeah, but I think Circle K is his place of choice right now.
Mathis said I still have the Emperor's Children that's sitting in a display case next to me. That's pretty
Oh, did
cool.
you sell them?
No, I still got the display.
He
case.
said they're
Oh,
in a
next to him.
display
Okay,
case
yeah,
next
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you didn't just ditch everything. That's awesome.
Louis Blue Raspberry, Alexander the Grape, Major Mango, Poncho Punch, Anita Fruit Punch, Strawberry Short Kook, DJ Tropicool, Little Orphan Orange.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Pickle juice, yeah, it's a brine, yeah. But people do drink it, for sure, 100%.
People love that kind of stuff.
Too much.
You do a shot of pickle juice with a beer chaser.
Blech.
Ugh.
Blech.
Jen, no.
I don't drink anymore, so
Doesn't make it any better.
it's a thing that people do.
I have to admit, I mean, pickle juice is bad. But it's not something you sit around and sip, you know?
Some people do.
You've got a friend that is like obscene about pickles, right? She just loves all that stuff.
I like pickles.
Well, like the pickle
I'm a fan
popcorn
of
was
pickles.
really good.
Pickle popcorn, delicious. Yep.
The pickle
Potato
popcorn, the pickle
chips.
chips were okay, but
I
they
liked 'em.
not as great.
I liked the picnic chips that had pickle and barbecue and like
Ooh.
a whole combo.
I think I remember.
It's got to
those.
be coming up to that time of year.
It's summer.
Trader Joe's.
It's summer. It's grilling out time, so
Grilling out
Trader
time.
Joe's has
Trader Joe's is
insane
gonna
combo
have some
stuff
good
that
stuff
happens.
right now.
Combo stuff?
Well, they do like pickle chips and like
Yeah.
pickle habanero.
They have seasonal stuff.
They do all sorts of crazy seasonal foods.
Cool.
Pickle juice with a Jaeger chaser? Absolutely not. That's probably illegal.
That sounds disgusting. The
Yeah,
first
pickle
part
and
is bad
licorice
enough
don't really
alone.
appeal to me.
Pickle-ish?
Oh, Mike.
Schlebby drinks
Blech.
pickle juice. Blech.
No
Your daughter will
asking.
drink the pickle juice once it's the jar is empty. That's rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. Not sure I can tackle that. All right, you know where we go from here. It's basically dark neutral gray, bright neutral gray.
What are you working on?
Just the cap and the sunglasses. I had the shine set up the way I wanted it, but when I used this, it still had some remnant of some sort of brown something in it. Looks like maybe gold. So when I used the black transparent, the little bit of pigment that was still in the brush turned it like a weird yellowy black color.
What the heck?
So that screwed it up. So we start from scratch. We do it again.
Is Jordan looking forward to British snacks?
I
What
think
are
Jordan's
some
going to come
British
home and be happy to be in
snacks?
America, is what I think.
Probably.
What should he try, Teeny Tiny Victories? Is there like a specifically well-known British snack?
Fish and chips.
Well, that's not a snack, is it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's fish and
I
chips
like
and
to know the
kebab.
stuff,
That's
yeah.
it.
Fish and chips.
I mean, the funny thing is, I don't even really like fish and chips. It's-
You got to get like a really good fish and chips from a place that
I'll
is-
go
like
and have
ask
it.
them when you're over
Yeah.
there. Like, where can we go get? If you were going to eat fish and chips, you ask like Ed,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, "I got you,"
But do
or
they
he'll say,
actually do
"Nowhere
that?
near where we're at," and that's usually the way. It's one or the other.
I mean, is that actually like? Do they actually eat fish and chips a lot there?
That's like a big thing.
I mean, I know that the stereotype is, but I don't know if that's like real.
I don't know that you
Right.
eat it a lot, but there's definitely good fish and chips that people go to.
Sure.
I mean, I think it resides in the same world as pub food, which is huge over there.
Yeah, but like, what is pub food? Pub food is like,
What's different there than it is here.
tenders.
Here, it's like out of the freezer fried cheese, you know.
Yeah.
He said people will try to get you to try Marmite, but that's quite hit
Yep.
or miss.
yep,
Jaffa
I'm okay.
cakes are great.
I've heard about Jaffa cakes.
What are Jaffa cakes?
Just like little
Is it
cookie
dessert?
things. No, I
Is
think
it
they're like literally
sweet?
like a little.
Try spotted
Cookie.
dick. Hey, we
It's
don't
like a
talk like
cookie?
that on this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I think so.
Have fish and chips every Friday? Okay.
Yeah, pub food is not what we consider because we think bar food. Pub
Oh, so
food
it's
is
not
actual
chicken
food.
tenders?
Like they have legit kitchens, and
That's what I was saying. I don't know what pub food is.
but it's still like for them what bar food is for us.
That's that.
You know,
Yeah.
like you would go to a bar and you'd expect to get burger,
Yeah.
fries, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not what theirs is?
It'd be like bangers and mash
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
File needs, when you come back to Vegas, I'll take you to the best fish and chips in the city.
Out of all the good restaurants in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't
in
know that I
Vegas,
would eat
why
fish
would
and
we be
chips.
looking for fish and chips? Just asking, not trying to offend anybody. Gonna throw that out there.
Gammon, egg, and chips is classic pub food. Stews and bangers mash meat pies. Bubble and squeak. Shepherd's pie. Someone said Scotch. I think Captain Mannering said Scotch eggs for sure. Pasties.
We got to do Cornish pasty.
We do need to go to pasty.
Yeah, that I can get here around too. Although
But yeah,
I will be
pasties
in
we can
the
get
UK,
here.
so
And they're, although I don't know if they're.
I'll see what they say.
Because I haven't been there.
I'll
Yeah,
defer
let
to them.
choose.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I'm in your guys' neck of the woods. You take me to where you think is awesome.
Yeah.
I'll let them steer the ship on all that.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to Vegas and eat English food.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
I would be interested to try, because I from what I understand, you get pretty good Indian food over there.
Well,
But I don't know
you've
if
heard
it's
me
any
joke, and
better-
it's not a lie that if it weren't for the fact that England owned India for a long
Yeah.
time, that they wouldn't have any flavor to their food at all.
Yeah.
So
Chochacho, we're in Arizona. We don't need to go anywhere for Mexican food. We got it all.
No, we're
around us.
good.
So I'm also not eating Mexican food in Vegas.
I've also had plenty of good Korean food up in Seattle, so I'm not yearning for any of that right now.
What are rock cakes? We don't have anything called rock cakes, but if you describe it, there might be something comparable. Unless that's the only name they go by.
Birmingham has some pretty good Indian places. That's good to know.
Mexican food in the UK.
they really do have amazing Indian food in the
Yeah.
UK.
I'd love to give it a shot.
I miss that,
The
but
British
not like
conquered the
kebab
world
shop
for
stuff,
spices
like
and
actual
decided
sit
they
down.
hated all
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
I mean that's
Don't let them take you to a kebab shop.
Vegas has Chinese food on par with China. There are a lot of people from Asia that visit Las Vegas, so I can see that. Crumbly, a bit like scones, but sweeter and with raisins. Oh, you lost me. I was with you until the raisins. If I can get them without, sounds delicious.
What
Yeah,
do
the
we
way
like
to
to eat?
Jen's heart is not with raisins.
Definitely not.
Not with raisins.
Not a fan.
He gets offended anytime I'm like, "Would you like some raisins?" Or hard pretzels. He's like, "Why would you even ask me that? You don't love me."
There are a lot of people in Asia. That is true. Yeah. Games played poorly. Said I had North Korean food, and then in quotation marks, with a crazy psychedelic rock show by ladies in traditional robes. In Wuji, China, when I was on a work trip. The food tasted amazing. Soft pretzels are fine in most cases, and grapes also fine.
Wait, what's a soft pretzel?
Like if you
Well,
were
I
to
don't
get
like hard
pretzel and
pretzels.
cheese, you know.
Like a soft pretzel, like pretzel bites with cheese. You don't know what a soft pretzel is?
No,
Like a doughy pretzel.
that's just a pretzel.
It's a
No.
soft pretzel compared to like the pretzels you eat out of a bag that are hard pretzels.
I understand now.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
I
that's
understand
we call
now.
them soft pretzels.
Okay.
Not a bagel. No, they're not the same.
Yeah. Add in the contrast of the crunchy pretzels, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it.
mustard, any kind of mustard, like a good, oh my gosh, the one from Postino with that amazing mustard, the like the honey mustard, it's so good. Or cheese, beer cheese. No, Mike, that's not solving the problem. That's making a bigger problem because now your pretzels are soggy and that makes them even worse. Also, grape juice doesn't taste like grapes.
Ginkgo was here earlier. Ginkgo, you still here? Are you liking your old sense of humor? I'm digging it. If he doesn't say anything, do I get to keep it?
Yes. I approve of this message.
Oh,
Carry
the
on.
chocolate is good in England. You need to stock up on chocolate. Please bring us back some
No,
souvenir
it's
chocolate.
not. You guys are the land of like milk chocolate.
Oh, don't bring us any milk chocolate.
Don't worry. I know what chocolate
So much
to
of
bring
Europe
back for
is
you
milk
guys.
chocolate. You know, all the Swiss milk chocolate.
Gotta go to Belgium.
Gotta go to Belgium.
Well, that is not on the menu, as it so happens. Not a place that I'm going. Unless something very bad happens.
Your logical problem solving is not supported.
English chocolate is the same as North American chocolate. It's garbage.
Is that true for all orders? If we don't talk, Jason keeps them?
No.
Alright.
No.
We don't have that much space.
We should do some fun video before we send that out. Looks great. What?
I was at I can't remember if it was in England. I'm pretty sure it was in England, and I went in and I was asking, do you have dark chocolate? They're like, dark chocolate? Well, yeah, dark
Bittersweet
chocolate, like
chocolate.
bitter chocolate. And they go, like, baker's chocolate? Like, the guy was like, either he was fooling with me,
Not baker's chocolate.
and he was like, no, we
Very
just have
different.
chocolate. Like, what are you talking about? You want to cook with it, you go to the, whatever he called the grocery store.
Yeah. Fun videos of the bold sense of humor. Yeah.
It will be a very, very, very interesting experience. And I'm looking forward to it.
Flake bars
Do
are
I
the worst.
like
I don't know
hot
this, Treebeard.
Hot, like spicy.
I'm assuming you're talking about spicy.
This is like, no, he eats everything cold.
Yeah, it's like I don't actually eat hot food at all. Never used a stove, never used a microwave in my life. I eat all my food cold.
Dark chocolate filled with
Or
raspberry
frozen.
cream is the bomb. Boy.
That sounds really
Ooh,
good.
not cream.
Or raspberry jelly or
Yeah.
jam or
Like a
something.
jelly.
Well, that raspberry, if you're talking about like the raspberry cream that comes in the, like the chocolates in the box, you know, the box of chocolates, the raspberry cream is good.
Yeah.
No, you don't like it?
I don't like.
You don't like the texture of it?
Cream-filled chocolates.
Like the
At all.
nougaty stuff or the,
No.
oh yeah. All right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Flake bars are a British candy bar. Oh, okay. Yeah, never heard of. Jade is like, ooh, flake bars. Chuck is like, flake bars are amazing.
That explains the Otter Pops then, if only code.
Yeah, he's a big Otter Pop fan. Can't get enough.
Twirl is better because there's a flake interior held together by a solid outer layer. Okay, we're making a list for Jordan. Because that almost sounds like a Twix.
Jordan eats frozen Hot Pockets. I mean, we have those things that are like the peanut butter things. What are they called?
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables here for the kids in the office.
Yeah, they eat them frozen.
And you would walk around and like Shelby or somebody would have an Uncrustable thawing at their workstation.
Take them out in the morning and leave it on their desk.
Oh, it's like
lunch.
flake like a Twix? They made dark chocolate Twix for a minute. I can't
You
find
can
them
still get
anymore.
them. They're
You still
a
get
little
them?
hard to find, but they still make them. Yeah.
Dark chocolate Twix are fantastic.
There's a place in Birmingham called Lime Pickle. They do the devil's dish. You have to pre-order it and sign a waiver.
Oh, because
good.
it's so spicy that, yeah.
Oh,
I'll pass. Thanks.
Not at all like a
Not at all
twist.
like
Says
Twix.
Tweet.
I don't know. I just saw that there was like somebody talked about how there's, yeah,
What?
the flake interior held together by a solid outer layer. It sounded like Twix.
It sounds like Twix. Bottle caps. Oh my god, that was the only hard candy that I liked because it was like sweet. It was like sour.
They're like sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts. They were like sweet tarts but bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I love those.
And shaped like a bottle cap.
The powdery. It was just powdered sugar compressed into a disc.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good. Except for the root beer ones, they were horrible.
Fun Dip.
Oh, Fun Dip. I couldn't bring myself to do Fun Dip. I don't know why.
We don't click any links, but if you've got a link to some delicious food,
Do you have a link to some delicious food, Mavis?
you can share it with everybody else. I gotta go look.
I like to think
Or
that
check, because
instead
Phil
of
will lock
a
up.
whiteboard, Mike has a blackboard or chalkboard where he's writing all of the mean, crazy things that he's going to have sent to our building, instead of the whiteboard where we put all the fun information and fun things that we're going to produce.
Oh god. This is going on the blackboard.
Yeah, it's going on the blackboard.
Using the exact same paint that I used to airbrush with to do the first edge highlights with, because it's going to be a little less opaque. It'll let me come in and just kind of feather in some edging without it getting too intense. And though you can see how viscous or not viscous that paint is.
No. Don't worry about it. See? Nothing's wrong.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Nothing happened. Everything's perfect.
Nothing happened. Everything's going fine.
Yeah. They gives play poorly. Did Iron Man's hand break off? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
The shooty hand?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
Nothing
I
happened.
wasn't talking about it. I was asking a question. Did his shooty hand fall off?
No.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay.
It was fine. Look at it. See? Hand attached.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Chad, are you seeing things again? I mean, we can roll the tape and find out the truth.
No. Tape's getting destroyed.
Jordan's like, this is never making it to the to the archives. Why are Iron Man's eyes dark?
Because he's dead.
Because he's dead. Damn.
Because he's dead.
Crushing hopes and dreams over here. Jordan is like, Iron Man's dead. I love you, none. I love you, 0,000.
Not when he's dead, Mike. Hey, look, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And his soul is black. Yeah, whoa, lol. Yep. We're in the sad dark histories now. Blood oozing out the back of his neck. Jarvis just controlling the suit. Alright. Painting the star. And a couple of teeny tiny little things. And I think that's probably it for the day. It is 4:02, by the way.
What? Impossible.
Well, I wouldn't know if I would say unpossible. Possible seems like probably a better way to describe it.
What happened?
I said it's 4:02,
Yeah.
and Jason was like, it's unpossible.
Oh.
I was like, well, possible is probably a better way to describe it.
It's actually 4:03. Mike says, Jordan, you're missing the red vertical stripes on Cap's stomach.
Yep, that is another thing I need to do. Cap's not quite done yet. But I think that is a good stopping point for me today. Oopsies.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it'll look even better too once I start putting on some like dry pigment, because it's going to cover up a lot of this like kind of loose stuff, and it'll make it feel more like dusty and beat up. What time does stream end today? 4 o'clock.
Or when we end it.
Or when we end it.
Whenever we decide to turn the button.
Jason's doing very delicate work over here.
But I will start putting the links up.
Yes.
And then I will start looking for who we're going to raid.
I wonder. Actually, I'm very curious to see if Aaron's on. Just have to add the wind machine?
Terrible delay on this keyboard.
I'm gonna be honest, Mike, I don't get that one. That thing's looking real good over there, by the way.
Doing some glasses.
Just want to let you know.
Thank you, sir.
It's looking pretty good.
Oh.
You like my diorama? Well, I mean, that's fair.
So the problem
Can
with
somebody reach in there and turn the air compressor off?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, am I still working?
You break it? What'd you do, Gabe? Breaking stuff?
Glass. I'm painting sunglasses, Gabe.
Sunglasses.
I'm painting shades. Giving him some cool shades.
I like the shit.
Get him some cool, because you need some cool shades.
Okay, let's do a play-by-play on this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you guys are muted.
We were muted.
There you go.
We
There
were
you go.
quiet. Play by play.
He seems to be doing something with his brush, rolling it against the
I don't know
edge
if
of
I
the
would have done
paint.
that.
I don't know if I would have done that. Whoa. Look, I'm gonna take this one for Jason.
It's a very
You're fired,
interesting
Gabe.
approach. That's how announcers would do it. That's how announcers do
Gabe's
play by play.
played
Like,
poorly,
ha ha.
no. We're not.
That was a good play, just executed poorly.
You know what? That's a really interesting decision he's making here. Not quite sure if
You
it's
have
gonna
to
work
deal with
out.
Chet.
We'll
Jason has to
see
deal
in the
with
next
Chad.
quarter when they round the corner, see if they can make up the extra time lost. In round 3, they're 2 points ahead. Oh, what a straight line shot down the center. I'm sorry, by the way. Jason.
What are you talking about? I love that he's being heckled doing detail work.
This is pretty easy. What he was doing with the lenses on the bottom is rough.
Were you just doing, oh, this isn't detail work? Did you just do that to me?
No. Like that, the edge stuff that he's doing with the outside edge stuff is a lot easier to do. The where you're like hand painting the lines underneath the lenses, that's actually really, really hard to do.
Because you have to
Competitive
get
When
the
I'm
tip of the brush
painting
along that
announcers need to
inner
be a
oar.
thing.
Yeah, we could
Yeah,
do that.
they're Statler and Waldorf over here.
We could show up in like announcers uniforms. If
I
that's
do
a-
really love the reflections on
announcers
these.
uniforms. Which is
Announcers uniforms?
just a suit,
It's just a suit.
little sport cards.
Can you imagine if we just showed up to work one day wearing a suit?
I think that Jen and Jason would send us home because they knew something was going to happen. They knew something weird was about to happen.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure what
I'd be
weirdness
suspicious
you're about
that
right
you
now.
would have
but-
a job interview or something at lunchtime. Like, why are you so dressed up? You trying to
Nothing.
get a new job?
Nothing.
The voice of my not first or second favorite monument hobbies to play. Game delay, I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh, I pushed the chair button, and why did it not show them?
You
Oh,
broke
because I switched back to Jason.
You broke my heart.
Oh, to single
I
painter.
didn't even
You gotta-
notice.
Oh,
We
yeah,
I'm
gotta-
just
yeah,
listening
yeah.
to them.
Was it
I'm
super
paying
bright
attention to
right
what's
now?
on the
Yeah.
screen.
Crazy bright. There we go. Yay.
There we go.
I don't think we can give this to Ginkgo.
Uh-oh.
Jason's gonna keep it. So it sounds like, Jason, that
I
I'm
think
painting.
we can send it to
two.
Ginkgo as long as he sends it back, because it needs to be like our official show mascot.
Yeah, it really does.
Jason, I can paint two if you want. If you want to keep this one, I can
No.
paint two.
No. We've already told Ginkgo this one was his. He has his hopes.
Fair enough. Then
I'm
I'll
not
paint
gonna
one
dash
for you.
his
But it
hopes on
hasn't
the rocks.
taken you very long. You could just paint another one.
It's true. I love that because we had to tune down the brightness on the donate paint sign, that somehow it's connected to the light behind Jen, and now she's got a party going on.
I don't know.
Oh, that's actually
yeah,
hilarious.
Mine's way over here.
It's so funny. No, it's so
They're on the same
so we found out,
frequency.
yeah, they use the same signal.
No, I know. But I
is
thought
so
keeping
funny.
them apart was gonna fix it.
No.
Does not fix it.
No, the
Unfortunately,
receivers don't care. We were just thinking that maybe one of them was interfering with the other.
Jen's having a party over there.
I don't use that. I like that. I like that. I can't use it because I would just sit and stare at it the whole time and not pay any attention to chat.
OMG Mike, that would be a
Treebeard?
no.
Treebeard said game delay. Ginkgo needs a lawyer. Automaton, thank you.
At a previous job, they tried to get crappy about the dress code, so I started wearing a suit. I got told to stop as I was showing up the manager.
That's
Nice.
hilarious.
Yeah. Anybody gets dressed up in like business attire here.
You
I'm
almost
wearing
look.
my
You almost look more
jeans
out
and
of
t-shirts.
place.
I'm gonna do it one of these days. I'm just gonna do it for fun.
You know how I know you're lying?
Why?
You don't own a pair of pants.
I do actually. I have worn them here before.
I own 3 suits.
I think I may have worn pants to this building no more than twice
I
in
own
my
3
entire
suits,
time
and
working
2 of
here.
them definitely don't fit me.
Mine should still fit. I'm about the same size that I was. Back when I
One
got
of
it.
them, my brother surprised me with a hey, we're getting this suit, and for my wedding, and it was not
Not actually the one.
it was not cheap. He
Gotta
sent
love
me-
brothers, huh?
So here's what happened: was he sent me the one that we're gonna get. I'm like, that's great. It's like $200. That's fine. And then I went to go get like fitted, and the guy's like, hey, actually we changed it. Like they changed it. It's gonna be this one instead. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And Christopher went with me, and as the guy was leaving to he just got my measurements as he was leaving. Christopher pulled up one of the tags. He's like, Gabe, these pants are $300.
Oh my
I'm
god!
like, wait, hold on. And and at the end of the guy was like, yeah, this will be $950. It's like, oh my gosh, what
It's
is
like,
happening?
Brother, you're paying for this, right?
Yeah, what's going on?
Because I sure as heck am not paying.
And then I text my brother. I was like, hey, is this correct? Like, I thought we were doing this suit. He's like, did you tell them to use the coupon? Like, what coupon? He's like, this 5% off one.
Are you kidding me?
5%.
What?
Crazy.
Are you kidding me? $50 off?
Needless to say, I have a very nice suit in my closet that I will never wear. And the other two are just too small because I was very young.
Teeny tiny victories. I just wear t-shirts and shorts.
So we'll end it today.
Look at that.
It's
Good.
looking spectacular. I really love the little bit of that like purple at the bottom of the lens.
Yeah.
That just like is that subtle, almost like kind of color shift that you see in sunglasses that are polarized, right?
That was my hope, was that I
It's
used the
got that
transparent
subtle
purple
little something.
first and then blue everywhere else. And then I'll cut in white on the lenses for highlights and stuff. But
Are you doing more or are you just leaving them?
what do you mean?
Are you doing more on the lenses or are you done?
No, I'm not done. I haven't done any handwork on. It's all airbrush on the lens right now, so
Okay.
I'll do the lenses some handwork, but the frames I'm comfortable with right now.
Nice.
Not
Are you
trying
gonna
take
do
it
the
further.
tiny little wording that's on the side of the labels?
No, the back is gonna look like that. I'll probably
The
put
back's gonna look like that.
I'll put a bomb heart back here, maybe like Jordan did on the jacket.
You should give him a tramp stamp. That's the bomb
You
heart.
should do the line on the back where the labels don't touch. They just like get really close.
Jesus, like,
Oh.
no.
Yeah. It's sculpted to have the label all the way around.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the line for the label is sculpted in.
That
Oh,
is a grave
Oh,
mistake.
yeah, it is something.
So
It's not
Okay.
100% accurate.
that's okay. Yeah.
I'll put something on there that makes it feel cool.
Barcode? That'd be funny. Do you think you could do that?
I could do a barcode.
Do you think you could do a scannable barcode?
I mean, I don't see. Probably not.
I don't think
Is
you'd
that
be
a
able to
challenge
get
you're
it.
willing to take? Could you make a barcode that is scannable for this specific product?
No,
That'd
I
be kinda-
refuse this challenge.
That'd be really fun though.
Just like make a barcode
He
for
can,
the.
but he
Oh
won't.
my god.
You know, the problem is my brain is like, I can do that, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, my brain's like, I mean,
Yes.
that seems doable.
Okay,
Nah.
what if I printed out the barcode really big and
I have nothing to prove.
and then I cut out all the black parts and all you had to do was put it where you wanted and then spray it?
No, still not doing it.
Dang it. That'd be great.
Don't worry, Gabe. I would have done
Chat, I need you to help me bully him into doing it.
No,
it. You should help me
No,
bully
no,
him into doing it.
you wore a full Wallace kilted suit with a tartan for your wedding.
All right,
That's
Gabe.
awesome.
You're coming in a suit tomorrow. I'm coming in a suit tomorrow, and we're not leaving until he paints.
Punisher's
the
like, be a
barcode on
lot
this thing.
cooler if you did. All right, there.
God, can you imagine if for a joke one day we got the entire staff to like dress up super fancy?
No, I mean, you
Do
can.
it.
I'll just walk in and snicker at everybody.
Spirit days.
Yeah. And then he'll dress code all the people in production because they're technically
Yeah.
not in dress code.
All right, gang, we're done. I'm done.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, today.
I put links up a while back.
Yep.
You can scroll
They're
back and
still
find the link.
There are a lot of links
They'll still
up
work.
north in the chat that you guys can
Go back and find the
click on.
links. They're great. Join us on our Discord. It's even better than great. And make sure you check out this. If you join the video later, if you want to go back and watch the antics again, find out something you missed, these are on YouTube in the live menu, since we stream on YouTube and Twitch every day, 5 days a week from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Arizona, Phoenix time. I got to say Phoenix, Arizona time. There is some parts of Arizona that do not have the same time as us, just to make it even more confusing.
Oh yeah, that's
But,
right.
we
isn't
would
it?
love to see you back here, so hit that follow button if you're new around here. If you haven't been here before, welcome. We love seeing everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid to give you more hobby goodness as you go off into your evening. We'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Adios.
You guys are
Bye.
spectacular.
Bye.
Have a wonderful